I'm here today at Stag Arms in New Britain, Connecticut, and I'm holding an example of the gun that got this company going 10 short years ago. This is a 3GL. It's a 3-gun competition gun, left-handed. This is a full mirror image AR-15. It was quite an achievement in engineering back then to come up with this gun. And owner Mark Malkowski is going to take us through the company and show us what makes Stag better than the average AR.
Well, to take the right-handed version and completely mirror it was a lot more challenging than we first thought. There was a lot of things that had to be changed. Really, the complete upper half. You have to change the upper receiver, the bolt and carrier. Everything cams in the opposite direction. And then you have the issue with the door flipping up as opposed to down, because down it would release the magazine release. We wanted to keep the lower receiver the same. That was because we wanted to have interchangeability with magazines and very many other accessories. As you know, the AR-15 platform probably has the most accessories that can be added to it. So it was important to keep everything as universal as possible. With the left-handed version, we wanted to make sure that you could use every accessory you could on the right-handed as well.
Well, Mark, tell us a little bit about what's happening right here in this facility. I know you've got a couple different facilities, but you're working primarily with the lower and upper receivers here.
That's right. Here we're manufacturing the lower from a solid forging like this. It starts like this. We go ahead and mark it, and then it goes through all these different operations to get hollowed out. As you can see, this is a pretty heavy piece. Oh, yeah. It's got a long way to go.
That's a chunk of metal, and of course it's very recognizable that that's a lower receiver to an AR.
Right.
You've got the mag well here, which of course has not been machined out yet, but this is it's a 70-75 T6 forging.
That's right.
Aluminum forging.
Yep, it's aircraft quality. Yep.
Even though it's aluminum, that's a lot of metal there. So
it is.
Like most machinists, you're making chips, right?
We are. We're cutting a lot of chips in this place.
So this is one of the ways that you guys distinguish yourselves from other AR-15 manufacturers, in that you actually do machine your own receivers.
That's right. And we find it very important to make our own receivers. No better way to control your quality and your output. And when it comes to the market going up and down, we can adjust in order to fulfill that demand of our customers.
Okay. And of course, what's important is that as you machine something that's an important component like this, all of these datum lines and points have to be right from the get-go, or you've wasted all that manufacturing time.
That's right. We spend a lot of time making sure that from the forging level, we have a quality forging before it even gets on the machines, because we want to ensure that we have a very good part.
Okay. I'm just curious, this is it's an aerospace product, the aluminum alloy that's used, but what is the life of an AR lower or upper?
When it comes to lowers, they're practically indestructible. In fact, in many cases, when we do some of our testing, we reuse a lower to test the upper halves. Okay. A million rounds later, it's still the same one.
Wow, a million. That's a big number when it comes to firearms.
That's right.
That's a lot of rounds down range.
It's a lot of rounds.
Can't get enough American Rifleman? Check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, Stag Arms has grown quite a bit since its inception. At this point, we have 4 factories. We occupy over 100,000 square feet of manufacturing space, and we employ over 200 people right here in New Britain, Connecticut. I started the business in 2003, right before the lifting of the quote-unquote assault weapons ban. And that's when we first introduced the left-handed firearms. But what happened very quickly was the demand started rising really high in 2004. And our dealers would start asking if we had any right-handed versions available as well. Very quickly they grew to like our packaging, our service, and the products that they were getting. They thought they were getting an excellent value. For a new company, it was kind of a struggle, but very quickly people accepted us as one of the premier brands to buy. And that's really led us to our success.
We're here at Stag's assembly area, and we're taking a look at a couple of 3G guns. This is the latest gun that Stag has on the market for 3-gun competitors. And I have in my hand a right-hand gun, and Mark Makowski here has a left-hand gun. So let's talk a little bit, Mark, about these guns and the fact that this is kind of near and dear to your heart, because that's the receiver that you started out with, the left-hand gun. And tell us a little bit about this latest version, the 3G.
Sure. Again, this is the left-handed version, like you said. But what we wanted to do is get a rifle that was absolutely perfect for the sport of 3-gun. And 3-gun's a fast sport. So you have to have quick target acquisition, and you have to shoot a lot of rounds, and sometimes real close and sometimes quite far. So when we designed this, we wanted, one, for rapid fire, we wanted a compensating device that would keep that barrel steady and true as you're firing.
Right.
Also, we wanted its accuracy, so we went with a stainless steel fluted barrel for additional, to keep it nice and light, but also to help give off some of the heat with that rapid fire, and a forearm that would be very light, but also allow you to really reach out so that you can get in all those different tough angles that you have to do in 3-gun competition. It was very important for us to have a real good light trigger in here for those really tough long shots, and we wanted to make sure it was as ergonomic as possible, so we went with a larger stock that would be more comfortable for the cheek when shooting. So overall, this has been an extremely successful firearm, and we're very proud of it.
Great. Yeah, it's really a streamlined gun. It has a nice look to it, and that forearm's very comfortable. I really like that. And the Magpul ACS stock is, of course, comfortable on the cheek. What's the barrel length on the 3G?
This is 18 inches.
18 inch. Okay. Yeah, it's really got everything you need. Now, does it come with a set of 45-degree sights, or?
Those are optional.
Okay.
But that is quite common. Very many of these that we do sell, the customer is always asking for their offset sights.
I see.
So they can go ahead and get their optic for their long range, and then quickly switch over so they can do their short range.
Well, Mark, this is the latest gun, but you still obviously make quite a few other models. Maybe tell us a little bit about how many models do you have in the line now, and of those, which are left hand, right hand, that kind of thing.
Okay. Right now we have about 20 different models in different configurations. Now, everything we offer in the right-hand version will always be available in the left-hand version as well. So if there's something you see right-handed, you can always get it in the left. That was very important to us as being one of the people that really pioneered the left-handed AR.
Sure.
But everything is based on the similar format. They're all the, they still use the same receivers that we got to see machined, and the uppers and the lowers, and we have different configurations for them.
Okay.
Stag Arms has grown very much over this decade, and will continue to grow. New product development for us has always been something that we're staying on top of and looking to see what could be the next new product. And the way we get there really comes down to our customers. Customer input we find to be our #1 tool to creating products that people want to buy. And through this input, we come back here and we do our absolute best to make sure that we get exactly what they're looking for.
Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to test the Leupold Model AR Mark I.